And today we have with us Ashni, who secured a very high rank in the last UPSC exam, and she got the three All India rank 328, if I'm not wrong, 328 rank. And we all know that's not a very small achievement. In fact, it's a huge achievement. So today we're going to discuss your IAS journey or your UPSC journey, your future plans, how did you get here, and things like that. So, shall we start?
Sure, yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So, first of all, congratulations on cracking your UPSC exam. So, the
Thank
first
you.
question that was shared with us is, could you please share your journey with us and how did you prepare for a challenging examination? And I know from your background that after your 12th, you went straight to IIT Madras for a humanities based course. So, was it like planned from the moment you completed 12th? Could you please share more details on that?
Okay. So yeah, I did my plus one and plus two in humanities, and I decided to pursue my higher studies from a good institute because and then that is why I came to know about this integrated MA in development studies from IIT Madras, and I got into the college through an entrance examination. So the course actually helped me to finalize my career choice because, as the name suggests, development studies is more about development. We are trying to engage with development from multiple perspectives, and there I came to realize that in India, development projects or policies and its future are more or less determined at the implementation level, and there a civil servant can play a huge role. So that insight actually shaped my career choice, and it is then like after it was a 5-year course, and in 2018 I passed out in 2018, and then I decided to seriously start preparing for UPSC examination, and that is how I joined a coaching institute in Trivandrum. I joined at iLearn IAS here, and then I started preparation. And I gave my first attempt in 2019, and fortunately I could clear prelims and mains, and I appeared for the personality test in the first attempt. But I unfortunately I couldn't make it into the final list. But I decided to try again, but I couldn't clear prelims in the next two attempts because I was not able to crack the CSAT paper because I am a bit bad in maths. So yeah, that backfired. Anyway, in 2022, I could clear prelims, mains, and I could make it into the finalist. So this was my journey, UPSC journey. So it was a 4-year journey, and about my preparation, I largely followed the schedule given by the institute in the very first attempt. Then I continued to take test series and all after the first attempt. I tried to be stick on to the preparation, joined some answer writing programs and test series, and worked upon my optionals. I had to sharpen my answer writing in optional as well. So I decided to put some effort on these areas in the next 2 years, and I think that got reflected in the in this year, and I could get into the list.
Thank you so much. That is an amazing answer. It was very well said. So normally when you're asked to share about your journey, we all know that UPSC is not something that you just naturally excel at. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. So throughout this journey of all this effort and all this spending time on honing your skills, what motivated you to pursue a career in civil services? Like, was there any specific experiences or role models or some instances that inspired you to, pursue civil services as a career?
Okay. So, as many of us, I came to know about this particular career from movies and all. And it is only in the later phase I came to realize that all these things are very exaggerated and it's not like that. So for me, choosing a career like this was a very conscious decision which I took only after my degree level. Like it was my in the last like I as I have already mentioned, mine was a 5-year course, 5-year integrated course, and I decided to pursue civil service as my career in my final year only, because I was a bit confused about whether I should pursue PhD or whether I should try for UPSC. So then I decided to go for UPSC because, as I have mentioned, I got several insights from the field works that we have done as part of our course, that in India, policy making is very important, but in order to make it very effective, the implementation level, we need really good officers. And I personally wanted to be a part of that implementation process, and that is why I chose this career. Apart from that, I think this is a career which can offer you a lot of opportunities to bring in a positive change in the living experience of the people, because this career offers you a power and the opportunities equally. The equal amount of power and opportunities are there, which we can be used, which we can use in a very right way, so that we can bring in significant changes in the lives of people. So that motivates me. And yeah, I wish if I can be a really good officer, a compassionate officer, so that the country can benefit from my interventions.
Yes, I think that is a very good reason to pursue civil services. And these days, we see a lot of stuff happening around us. And each and every one of us wish if there was a better officer in this position, if there was someone who could do something else about this. And I think having officers like those is like very important for our society as a whole and the development. So yeah, thank you so much. So we'll move on to the next question. So now that you have successfully cleared the UPSC exam, I've heard in one of your previous interviews with a teacher of yours, your optional was Malayalam, right?
Yes.
ശാന്തമായി ഒഴുകുകയാണ്, that was a particular line that catch my attention, that you actually like to write poetry, and you have finally cleared the UPSC exam, and you said പുഴ ശാന്തമായി ഒഴുകിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. So, what are your future plans? Like, are there any specific services or departments you would like to join?
Okay. Yeah. So my first preference is IAS, and I would like to be a part of Indian administrative service, and it is a domain that I aspire to be into, because it is a service which can offer you the opportunities to work in multiple domains. It is not a domain specific service. We have to work in diverse areas, and so I think it can excite me a lot. About it offers me different experiences. It can offer me different experiences, so that is why I prefer IAS. And as I have mentioned, it more or less aligns with my educational background. So I think that the insights that I got from my educational background will also help me to be a good administrative officer.
So you are more inclined towards IAS because, like you said earlier, the policy making process, being
Yes.
close to people. I think that's what you like the most. Is
Yes,
that
yes.
it? Yes. Okay. And I'm so glad you chose IAS. I was kind of like hoping that you would. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The next question is, the civil services require individuals to have a strong sense of leadership and decision making abilities. How do you believe your skills and experiences align with the demands of this career? And talking about this career, I've heard people say, and I've heard from multiple sources, that this is not an easy job. You have pressure from multiple points. So, how imperative do you think that your skills and experiences are in aligning with those expectations and aligning with the pressure of the job?
Yes. Yeah, we all know it is a very difficult career, and it demands a lot from each officers. So I believe that I am a good leader because I always listen to people. I mean, my teammates. So from we know, like, we got a lot of opportunities to work as a team in college and school, etc. So from the insights that I got from those experiences, actually made me believe that I can be a good leader, because I listen to them rather than just imposing my arguments or my decisions upon them. So that is a quality which is required for every officer to be successful. Secondly, I believe that I have a good communication skill, so that I can convince the people or my team about the logic behind my arguments, and why should we do this or why shouldn't we do this. So that is a very important, that is an important quality for any officer. So I hope that these qualities will help me to navigate through these challenges. And apart from that, being a profession which is very close to people or people centric, and being very compassionate or being empathetic to them, will also help me to uh, uh, deal with this profession in a very good manner. So these are the things that I have in my mind right now, but I don't know what is waiting there for me. But I will try my best to be a good officer, and I will try to stick on to my value systems, which I think is very strong.
And yes, by so far listening to you talk, I think we can see you on like very new heights. And we all very strongly believe in you. So I wish you all the best on that journey. And from as far as I've seen and known, I think you'll do a very good job with that. So we have a
Thank
couple
you.
more questions. Yeah. So uh, the civil services often involve working on issues of national importance and implementing policies, like you mentioned earlier. Is there a particular cause or social issue that you would like to address or that you are passionate about or would like to address in your future role? Is there a particular thing like that?
Okay. So this may sound like a cliche, but I think women empowerment is one area that I genuinely want to work upon, uh, because like I feel I should stand up for them as a representative of the women of India. And they face a lot of challenges, be it the access to education or access to the basic necessities or the basic rights they have. So I will definitely try to improve their standard of living. I'm not sure about the cadre or state that I get once the service is allotted, but still I believe that wherever it is, women are facing a lot of issues. There are several barriers up before them, so that they can come forward and integrate with the mainstream of the society. I will try my best to contribute to their empowerment, be it a very, I don't know, but still I will try my best, because I believe an education to a girl child can transform an entire generation. So yeah, this is one area I genuinely wanted to work upon. Yes, let's see.
So that is very reassuring to hear as a woman because we all know that there are a lot of barriers we can't quite jump. See, being a woman in a professional college, there are a lot of boundaries where there are a lot of boundaries a woman simply cannot cross without raising eyebrows, without getting backlash from. And people working to eradicate those barriers are very important in the society now. And I just hope that it might, again, like you said, sound like a cliche, but it is very necessary. And I think that is why it sounds like a cliche, because it is obvious everywhere and it's literally like everywhere. But there are very few people who are courageous enough to address the issue. And a lot of people talk about addressing the same issue, but they don't do anything about it, thus making it a cliche. But yeah, I hope you're very successful in that regard. And I hope you get to do everything you have planned in your mind. Yeah. So Yeah, now we have some memory-based questions. Can you share any memorable or impactful moments from your preparation journey, from your time spent preparing for the interview stage of the UPSC examination?
Okay, this is kind of a funny incident, but yeah. So when the last year's prelims result came, it like 2022 prelim, that one I cleared. But when the results came, I was in my coaching institute, and I was not sure about my roll number. So when the result came, I had a like a kind of idea about the number, and I asked my friend to check my roll number whether I have cleared it or not. And and she checked, and I could understand that okay, I haven't cleared this time again. So I took my bag and said bye to everyone. So I will go home and come back after some days. Sometimes I will go and chill. Okay, and then I actually went back to my home, and then I was like, should I check my hall ticket and check again? Okay, let's do this. And then I took my hall ticket and checked again, and then I came to realize that I actually typed the wrong roll number, and I cleared it. So yeah, that was some funny incident, or maybe the most memorable incident throughout my UPSC journey, because I actually thought I failed and then I cleared, and then I could make it to the final list as well. So yeah, that was there. Then apart from that, interview preparation, it was a kind of a group effort. A few of us from our coaching institute were there for interview, so we used to prepare together. And again, so for this interview we depended a lot on chat gpt and all. So there were some funny incidents again related to chat. We are good, like asking chat gpt some crazy questions, and we used to laugh a lot reading the answers and all. Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen that particular scene in movies where the main character just goes and enters the wrong roll number, and then when the results come, they're like, "Oh no, I failed." But I never thought it would happen in real life, and that's like really funny. And I think you will never forget throughout your entire IS
Yes, yes,
career.
I will
You
not.
will never forget that, I think. So yeah, and I've heard in an interview that you're a big fan of old Malayalam movies and that you really like Malayalam movies. So this is like a kind of a weird question because do you think watching a lot of movies and consuming media in general helps you understand a lot of things that's going on, or like helps you comprehend things that are going on in the society through the characters, through the plot, maybe through some other channels in media? How helpful do you think media is in this extent?
Yes, I am a ardent movie fan. So basically, movie watching is a mechanism to channelize my stress as well. So, so apart from that, as you have mentioned, movies or media plays a huge role in making people conscious of the realities. So for me as well, by watching movies, I get a lot of insights about the issues the some important issues that I may not be able to comprehend other ways. So, for example, the movies like Jai Bhim, or the recent one, like I watched Mom and Nans, the recent one. So, all these movies, or like they talk about lot of realities in the society, and these movies, on the other hand, they also make us to be socially conscious, politically conscious, and politically correct. It teaches the significance of being politically correct, politically conscious, and why should one aware of the happenings around them, and why should we voice against all these things. So movies are it provides a lot of it is a platform through which I learn a lot of things, and that is why it is close to my heart, and I put this as a hobby. I actually wrote analyzing Malayalam and Tamil movies as my hobby for the interview as well. So I am a serious movie watcher, and take I consider movie watching as a very engaging or active process rather than a passive process.
And I think a lot of movies that came out recently, even when all the very viral or very trending issues that pop up in the society, there would usually be a scene or a clipping from some movie relating to the specific
Yes.
incident. For example, recently when the college issues, a certain private college was involved in some issues, and we saw a lot of clips from the movie Janaganamana, and yeah, I think that's what that was my personal question, because there are a lot of people who argue that movies are just for entertainment, they're just for fun. So I just wanted to get another perspective on that point of view, or that opinion. And I'm pretty sure, I'm very glad that you cleared that up. So a couple more questions. So, as a successful UPSC candidate, what message or advice would you like to share with aspiring civil service servants, especially young women who may be hesitant to pursue this path?
Okay.
Mm.
So if you have a fire in your mind, or if you feel like I should try for this, you should definitely give it a try, because otherwise you may feel regret about this, because for this examination you have age limit, you have time constraints, etc. So if you have a genuine interest, or like a fire that I should try for this, you should definitely give it a try. Apart from that, this is not an easy task. You have to put a lot of effort, and you will be dealing with setbacks, or like inferiority complexes, or insecurities, etc. So you have to be very confident and very strong to deal with all these things. You will have to be very strong to bounce back from failures and try again and again. So this is a difficult process. It is never an easy journey, but I think if you like, we should give it a try. If you feel like I should give it a try, otherwise you will feel regret about this. But at the end of the day, nothing is more important than your mental health and your self care. So please remember this as well. This is just another exam. You may be successful after few attempts. You may not be able to succeed in this, but it will not determine the value of your life or your self worth. So be concerned towards yourself, give respect to yourself, and then try to pursue this dream.
That is actually really good advice. As someone who has attended civil service summer camps before, and I was entirely not sure, and that is very good advice, because a lot of toxic education systems are in place today, and we know what kind of rigorous entrance coaching even children from the age of 12 to 13 have to go through, and
Yes.
that is actually really good advice. Thank you so much for that. So, lastly, how important do you think choosing the right group of people or choosing the right academy, and how important is their feedback? How do you go about the studying process, and how important is the study path that you choose, or the study schedule, or the study method that you choose, uh, is to get to the final finishing point?
So all these things that you mentioned are really important. All these can make your journey easy. A good coaching institute, a good support system, a good group of friends, all these can make your journey easy. So choose for, like, looking for, like, it is always advisable to look for the feedbacks from the students who have attended the coaching classes before joining a coaching institute, and then take a wise decision about joining an institute. There is nothing wrong in joining for a coaching for this particular examination, because it is very competitive, and now there are a lot of opportunities for the students who are from financially poor, financially backward background, etc., because most of these coaching institutes are providing scholarships and all for them, those kind of students. So these barriers are actually getting broken these days. So you can utilize such platforms, and yes, having a good team with you is will be really useful, because for me as well, over the 4 years I have a really good team with me. my friends who were preparing for the exam, and we used to prepare together for the mains and the interview, etc. So it helps us to channelize our stress because we can relate to each other a lot. So it will be easier for us to deal with all these things. Then, of course, a schedule. So when you join a coaching institute, they automatically give you a schedule. So it will become part of your routine. We will go to the institute and sit there in the reading rooms and study throughout the day, and then come back to room. So it will part of our routine. So that will also helps us to cover all ended syllabus in a particular time frame. And then the test series and all will also helps us to navigate through all these nuances. So, so for me, I haven't prepared a personal timetable for me. I used to follow the test series schedule that of my coaching institute. So it helped me to cover the entire syllabus and gave me ample time for revision as well. So there are people who prepare timetable, self timetable as well. So for them that is also working out. So it depends on the people. So we may not be able to completely transform into a different person once you are stepping into the preparation phase. So my advice is be yourself, but try to make necessary changes.
Thank you so much for that answer. So, I think we can wind up now. Before winding up, do you have any advice or anything to say to the young people, the teenagers who are gonna watch this interview? Like, do you have anything specific to tell them?
So the society expects a lot from you guys. So we can do a lot of things. So we can be, it will be good if we can be a bit more compassionate, a bit more empathetic, a bit more socially responsible, a bit more politically conscious, so that the world will be a more beautiful place for all of us. So be brave enough to chase your dreams.
Thank you so much for that advice, and thank you so much. And I was so happy to host you. And
Thank
personally,
you.
I think you're a very motivating person. And thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences. And we all genuinely wish you all the very best on your future journey. And we hope to see you as an IAS officer in Kerala itself someday. And we just pray that you and we seriously pray and hope that you get everything you want. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be a part of this program, and good luck to you guys as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.